Greetings, programs. This is Wretch, and welcome back to Shadowrun Returns. When we last left Drallgoth, he had taken a tour of the Shadowrunner facility underneath the Seamstresses Union, got himself a nice, pretty cybernetic eye, and found out that there's another Ripper murder that's gone on, and we're going to go check it out. We're here in the Seamstresses Union, we're about to head out the door, and I saw that Mr. Delilah is here talking to Paco. So let's go ahead and talk to Mr. Delilah and start taking care of that thing with the jewels that we found in the royal apartments. Mr. Delilah looks small and tough, with an untraceable shoddy on his back and a heavy vest under his trench coat. He's got the air of someone who gets things done and occasionally does them himself. He might be an ex-runner, one of the rare ones smart enough to move over to management when he felt his reflexes slowing down. And what do you want? Well, Mr. Delilah, we have business to discuss. What business? I got no business with you. We're with Coyote. She's into... Or actually, Coyote sent us. Let's be blunt. At the mention of Coyote, he finally gives you his full attention. Why didn't you say so? Coyote is late and my client is getting anxious. Where is she? She's getting stitched up. No kidding. Well, whatever. She's tough. She'll pull through. So who are you two? Drallgoth. He's Paco. Great, we're all introduced. Now give me my stones. Ooh. You know what? This is not my run. You know what I mean? I'm doing this for Coyote. I don't want Coyote to get in any more trouble, and she has a debt to pay. So I'm going to go ahead and give him all the stones. In an instant, there's a jeweler's scope on his eye. Moving quickly through what appears to be the most valuable stones, he stops when he finds what appears to be an ordinary pebble inscribed with Hebrew characters. That's the one. He pockets it. Okay, you done good, but you're late, and Coyote knows that in this case, late equals no payment. But feeling magnanimous tonight, so you guys can keep the rest of the gems as your reward. Deal. Mr. Delilah looks you up and down, takes you all in. Listen, you look like the sort of man who might run a crew of your own one day. Might need a little talent. When that happens, you come to me. I'll set you up. He dismisses you with a wave. He's all business. I like him. Looks like you impressed him. I no offense for those gems, Von Gross. Follow me. Cool, so we'll head over here and chat with the orc. Or chat to the dwarf, excuse me. Oh, I just insulted myself. That is not an orc. Von Gra is fiddling with his cyber eye while noodling on his PDA. You're back? Still busy. What's your story? We have some pretty things to sell. You'll want to see them. I have a fondness for pretty things. Let me see. You hear the servos and Von Gra's cyber eye whir as a magnificent lens, or magnifying lens, slips into position. He bends his head over the stones for 2 seconds, maybe less. Where'd you get this, Drek? A gumball machine? I'll give you 1,000 for it. For them. Ugh. I'll think about it. Suit yourself. I was hoping that was going to give us another option. Let's go ahead and do that then. Ready to unload those stones? Yes. Alright, give me your cred stick. Alright, 1,000. Cool deal. Let's see if we can head back to... talk to Coyote real quick and get those stones to her. Because I don't want to leave her hanging, you know? Oh, alright, looks like we can't talk to her. Maybe 1,000 was my cut? Let's check the quest log real quick. I know we have some... Oh, we have no karma. Optional, find a fence for the remaining stones. We did that. Meet all the black market vendors. Deliver the stones to Mr. Delilah. Return to Coyote. Okay, well, looks like we don't have to deliver those to Coyote. So let's go ahead and head out. Anyone else that we need to talk to? Doesn't look like it. So where are we heading? Take a cab to the South Seattle docks. Confirm. What's next? The South Seattle docks. Leaving the Seamstresses Union behind, you head to the docks. The Ripper killed Sam, and maybe he or she slipped up with this latest victim. Left some useful evidence. Only one way to find out. South Seattle's your typical industrial area. Grit, grime, and gray. Or grimy and gray. The rain doesn't help matters any. Layers of dirt mixed with abandoned wooden pallets repurposed into makeshift furniture for the day workers. Garbage collects in the gutters of the broken-down street. Disreputable is this district's middle name. Your destination, the National Transportation Safety Board warehouse, is located on a small strip of dock towards the less maintained end of the waterfront. Despite the presence of those who linger in such places, it's quiet as you approach the gate. So we're heading... Man, Seattle's just filled with rough areas of town, aren't they? Get to the NTSB warehouse. Oh, look, there's an old airplane there. Cool. Let's move down here and hope we don't get jumped. Oh, they make their homes in it. Okay, looks like we can talk to Streetwalker here. Hey, you looking for a good time? Know anything about the NTSB? Yeah, the bums around here have been stealing old crap from that place for years. Not worth my time, though. That's cool. Good to know. Looks like nothing over here of interest. Let's head this way. Ooh. Can we go through here? Halt. Lone Star Guard. Man, he looks nasty. The guard looks bored. He toys with his gun absentmindedly, like he might shoot something on a whim just to watch it die. Hey, you're about to trespass on corporate property. You looking to get dusted, street scum? Let's see here. I'm working with Lone Star on the crime scene investigation in the NTSB warehouse. Sure you are, and I'm Lothweir, the King of Dragons. Beat it. Well, let's chat with him again. See if we can sneak our way through. Get out of here. Well, how do we sneak through? Maybe... I don't know, we may have to gun down the guard. Oh! Found an alleyway. Maybe? We did? Nope, never mind. They got me all hopeful. And we can't get through here. And the guard's going to get miffed at us. Let's talk to the Streetwalker again. Hey, you, looking for a good time? I can give her... Okay, for 20 new yen. Not me, a friend of mine. I need you to have some fun with the guard by the fence around the corner. She looks at you knowingly. Alright, 20 buys you a 5-minute distraction, then I've got to get back to work and earn some real new yen. Where's she going? Oh, okay, as they disappear into the shadows. That's a big gun you have there. Well, how do we get through here then? Standard issue, man. Well, oh! Hello. Can we get through this? Looks like some pallets. I'm not exactly sure how to get through here. It's not gonna let me climb anywhere, and it's not giving me any options. Well, what do I do here? I'm not oh! Hello. I see a ladder. Hey, that's mine! Who raised you, a pack of wolves? That there ladder is rightfully mine. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, draw. Can I borrow it for a few minutes? Draw is too nice. 5? Eh? Sure. Maybe that noodle machine is still working. Draw is too nice on those who are less fortunate. There we go. Just did things in the wrong order. Let's go ahead and climb up the ladder. There we go. And 3 karma gained. Wow, this place looks rad. Is there anything else in here of interest? Looks like a airplane graveyard. Let's go ahead and head in there and see what we can find. You're about to transition to a new location. Continue? Not just yet. I want to take a look around first. See if there's anything of a particular interest to me up here. Any new oh, there's a chopper. And looks like we can get stuff from this cargo container. Phosphorus grenades. Let's send it to my stash. What else? And a concussion grenade. Send it to the stash. That's cool. Definitely worth my time and trouble at that point. Because I could probably sell those if I don't use them outright. Alright, let's go ahead and go in here. I think I found everything there is to find. Check out this Ripper killing. The warehouse. Inside the large gray warehouse is as typical as the outside. High ceilings adorned with girders and rickety catwalls top a huge utilitarian room. Concrete and steel walls meet a concrete floor. This is a place for storing things and nothing more. Despite the quiet on the outside, the inside is a hornet's nest of Lone Star officers going about their business. In the center of the activity is the Emerald City Ripper's latest victim. With uniforms everywhere, no one stops you at the door. It seems his case hasn't leaked to the press, yet. Lone Star or no, you've got a job to do. Oh, cool deal. Let's take a look at this place. Oh, is that... That's not McCluskey, is it? No, that's a troll. Let's talk to Officer Aguirre. Took your sweet time, didn't you? You know the traffic these days. Fill me in. We had time to go over the evidence while you were en route. Turns out this might not be a Ripper murder after all. I left the computer on in the office over there if you want to see for yourself. The victim worked here at the NTSB warehouse as a black box researcher. The National Transportation Safety Board. This warehouse is used to go over the wreckage from plane crashes to try to determine what happened. Okay, so that's why it's a graveyard. The Vic was in charge of their highest priority investigation at the moment. We've gone through the victim's computer and his case notes indicating he was selling secrets. Idiot kept records. Well, that'll get you killed quick. It did. Some runner like you probably offed him to cover up his corpse master's involvement and try to make it look like a Ripper killing. Here's the office key. Check it out for yourself if you want. Alrighty. Hey, there's Dresden. And Shannon Halfsky. Let's go ahead and check the office first. And where's the computer at? Oh, there's a locker. There's the computer over here. Check the locker first. This appears to be the victim's locker. The door is slightly ajar. Inside you see several of the dead man's personal items. Let's inspect the toothbrush. The blue toothbrush is still wet from being used. It smells of mint and cigarettes. Lovely. Let's inspect the comb. The comb is black plastic and has some very wiry gray hair stuck in it. Okay, let's leave the locker. That was a dead end. Now let's check the computer. I don't like that flashing exclamation point. The researcher's work cyber terminal has been left on, presumably by the Lone Star investigators. Let's read the notes for Case File 95. Case File 95, Federated Boeing Jetliner. ID 2305, corporate owner Ares. The plane had several mechanical issues, resulting in a mayday at 3:04 a.m. on June 17, 2053. 2:45 a.m. The pilot reported that the altimeter was reading in the negative values. 2:49, the co-pilot takes over the controls as the pilot leaves the cabin to investigate the rear of the plane. 2:58, the pilot cannot be contacted or located by a plane steward. 3:04, the co-pilot radios in a mayday. 3:12, the plane crashes into an empty field in western North Dakota. That's like a Twilight Zone episode. Let's read 96. Case File 96, Pratt & Whitney Unmanned, ID in 327, corporate owner Ares. Summary, redacted, time log redacted. Okay, let's read 98. The file has been corrupted. Let's read the private notes. The notes that appear on screen pertain to NTSB Case File 96, the crash of an Ares jetliner near the UCAS and Sioux Nation border. The crash is reportedly the result of an equipment failure. Reading further into the investigator's notes, however, you find substantial evidence linking the crash to an experimental Renraku research initiative. This information could be worth a great deal to the right buyer. You download the researcher's notes to your PDA. Clever, Drallgoth. Is that it from the computer? Yep. Alright, well, let's head back down here and talk to Aguirre again. What? If this was a core pit, why did they leave the evidence on the computer? Good catch. That's information probably worth a fortune if you found a buyer. Oh, good Aguirre, not even taking it in for evidence. He's gonna let me sell it. Good man. Let's talk to our buddy Dresden. Drallgoth! Surprised to see you here? Let me guess. Officer Aguirre tipped you off. Suppose you must have made an impression on him at the market yesterday. Or your cred stick did, at any rate. He chuckles. Anyway, surprise! We've got another Ripper victim on our hands. So, what's the story with this one? The victim's male, mixed Native American descent, age 38. Based on the condition of the body, it looks like he was killed around 2 in the morning. Cause of death? Unknown. Several internal organs were removed from his body after death, quite gruesomely. I'm not sure if the killer even knew what they wanted before they started cutting. Not much else to tell yet, really. He does have a lot of pre-existing scar tissue, so he probably had a major surgery at some point in recent history. Unfortunately, with the organs gone, I can't determine the nature of the surgery. Nice hole where his chest was. So what was on the butcher's shopping list? This doesn't fit the Ripper's MO. He always did it very cleanly. He wasn't messy, and he only took 1 organ. Well, the killer definitely took the lungs. The more I look at it, though, the other missing organs may have just be eviscerated within the chest cavity. Well, is McCluskey getting any closer to a suspect? McCluskey couldn't find his ass with both hands. Don't tell him I said that, though. Alright, how's Officer Aguirre doing on the case? He seems like a real go-getter. Aguirre would love to solve it for McCluskey and get his gold detective shield. Plus, he'd love to see McCluskey suck it in front of his superiors. He's already tried to bribe me to keep information from McCluskey and slip it to him. I'm inspired by their tireless pursuit of justice. Did you take the money? He grins from ear to ear. Do you have any idea how much this job pays these days, sir? I don't think Aguirre's office salary is going to do much to seduce me into helping him. Well, it sounds like the Ripper is taking a different trophy from each victim. Sam's liver, this guy's lungs. Any theories? Sorry, I don't do theories. I'm just a scientist who happens to prefer dead people. However, while there was massive damage in the chest cavity, I can see that the victim's lungs were transplants, which is interesting, since another victim's missing heart was also a transplant. See, I knew it! Granted, modern medicine has made organ transplant relatively easy, but it's just an odd coincidence. But as a scientist, it's just that, a coincidence. It has to be related. This is only the 3rd body I personally examined. One of our other branch managers handled the other 2. If I can find that more of the victims had organ transplants, I'll let you know. Alright, who's that woman over there? No clue. She just showed up. Next of kin, I think. I'm gonna take a look around. Thank you, Dresden. Good luck out there. And, ooh, there's a locked door there. Let's go ahead and talk to Shannon Halfsky. You're not a cop. She looks up, watching you warily. Ooh, she looks like a tough customer. I'm independent. What's your relationship to the dead man? The suspicion in her voice and eyes depart almost instantly when the subject turns to the deceased. He's my brother. I've been trying to speak with him, but I'm afraid his spirit is too disoriented by his recent journey to answer me. Ah, you're a shaman. Yes, for all the good it's doing me. If I could just make contact, I might be able to deliver justice and allow my brother's spirit to rest. Were there any other witnesses? Not so far as I can tell, not among the living anyway. Realization then dawns, bringing the light back into her eyes. But my brother's spirit may not be alone here this night. She closes her eyes and concentrates, droning a low chant you can barely hear. Yes, there are others, other spirits who may be of help. Her features harden in frustration as if she's searching for something that remains elusive. Sighing, she opens her eyes and fixes you with a stare. But I can't do it alone. Well, what do you need? I'm not exactly the caster type. This warehouse contains the spirits of plane crash victims trapped between worlds. They wish to help, they wish to be heard, and I think they have something to say about my brother's murder. Lone Star won't let me in there, but you seem to have the run of the place. If you can find personal items that belong to the victims, I believe that I can summon a spirit to speak with us. I'll need at least 2 such objects. Can you find them for me? I'll do what I can. I know exactly what to get. We're going to go get that toothbrush and the comb from that locker and see if that helps at all. Let's inspect the comb. As you reach for the comb, the hair on the back of your hand stands on end, and when you take it off its little shelf, your heart thumps in your chest, hard. This must be one of the items the shaman was looking for. You pocket the comb. Okay, I guess the toothbrush was not one of the items. Check the computer, maybe there's something on the table? Nope. So let's head this way. We're gonna get our Scooby-Doo on, guys. Looking for anything with an inventory marking. And looks like we can't get in there just yet. We can go in here, it looks like. Here's a door. What's in here? Looks like more... Ooh. This is a large pile of old shoes on the ground next to the airplane seats. They could be discarded luggage or possibly the shoes worn by the occupants of the plane at the time of the crash. Let's dig through the shoe pile. You find nothing interesting about the shoes in the pile. Dang it. Got my hopes up there. Let's head this way. Oh, here's another pile of junk we can look at. It's hard to say whether this heap is a heap of items and refuse recovered from a plane crash or simply trash that hasn't been taken out yet. Let's dig through the trash. A sticky substance of some sort seems to have seeped through the trash pile, and your hands are quickly covered with the stuff. Ew. After searching for a minute, you unearth a handful of interesting items. Well, we've got an earring, a dented lunchbox, and a cred stick. Let's inspect the cred stick first. Surprisingly, the cred stick is still functional. You slot it into your PDA and 200 is added to your account. Excellent. Let's look at the earring. The earring is made out of burnished steel, formed in the shape of a small salmon. An intense primal fear washes over you as you touch its surface. This must be one of the items the shaman was looking for. You take the earring. Well, let's look at the dented lunchbox. A dented tin lunchbox that's seen better days. You can barely make out the face of a grinning troll on the front. And we slowly walk away. Let's head back to the shaman. And maybe these will help her out with her little seance she wants to do. It feels as though you found enough objects. Yes, here they are. You hand her the objects you found. She closes her eyes and chants over them for a time. When her eyes open again, they're filled with tears. Thank you. These items are all I will need. It shouldn't take me long to... What the hell is all this? Uh-oh. Where's McCluskey? Oh, there he is with Aguirre. Officer Aguirre trails after the detective, only meeting your eyes for a moment. She's the victim's sister, sir. This is a crime scene, officer, not some Salmish drum circle. That's her brother. It makes it her business. No, that's a corpse, which makes it my business. Man, McCluskey's a prick. Now get the hell out. Come on, if we stay much longer, I'm liable to do something I'd regret, or worse, something I'd enjoy. I'd have no problem, Shannon. Go ahead. I think we've got... No, we don't want to do that with Dresden right in the middle of all of us. And 5 karma gained. Awesome. Let's go ahead and talk to Shannon. That man is an ass. She stares daggers at McCluskey from across the warehouse. But there's no helping it now. I should just be grateful you were able to collect these items before those clods carted everything off. Can we still summon the spirit? Not from here, I'm afraid. Spirits such as these have domains to which they are anchored. We need to get back in there. Well, we'll come back later once the coast is clear. I can't stand the waiting, but I don't see any other choice. You sure you're up for this? Yeah, if it means your brother's killer doesn't take another life, then yes. Thank you. Now, since we have the time, we should probably enlist some help. They may post security overnight. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say you know where to find the kind of people we need. Just smile. Good. I'll put up the money if you find the bodies. She produces a fistful of crumpled new yen from inside a leather pouch, starts to count it out, and then shoves the whole wad at you. She gave me 4,000. Meet me back here at midnight. The spirits will be strong then. Far out. And new objective, return to the Seamstresses Union. Looks like we're going to be grabbing some Shadowrunners, guys, for an op. But I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you liked it, go ahead and click like down below, subscribe to the channel, or leave a comment. That'd be greatly appreciated. And we'll catch you next time. Later days, everyone.